How's it going, guys? Today we're working on the Jeep. We're bringing the old girl back and we are fixing it. Finally. We did a 4.5-inch lift on this about 7 months ago. 8 months? Doesn't matter. We did a lift on it. We did 4.5-inch springs in the front, spring over in the rear. It has a mean rake. We are fixing that. I shot this intro and outro yesterday on the second day of doing this. That's confusing. Hang on, it gets worse. It was windy as hell, so you can't hear a thing probably. So I thought, you know what? We literally have storms rolling in for the next week straight, so I got to film it all today. So here's another intro. We got Rubicon Express drop control arms. Yep, I bought these things before I got the Comanche, so anyway. We got drop control arms coming for the front, as well as pucks. I'm not a fan of pucks, but I had them from our blue Jeep, I think. So I thought I'd try them out. We had long arms on my blue Jeep. We We had short arms on our green Jeep. On this green Jeep, I'm gonna try drop brackets. See what the hype's about. They're like 150 Canadian bucks. Might as well try it. So, trying to fit this in. Feel like it's gonna be a long video. Might not be. Don't know. You'll know. So, hop right into it. Spoiler alert. We broke a brake line. So that's how you turn a 3-hour job into a 2-day job. Break a brake line in the middle of a pandemic when you can't actually go buy car parts because they're closed. Turns out I don't have extended stainless brake lines on this. Stupid. That's what happens. You have too many Jeeps going on. I can't keep track. So now I gotta shoot an outro and show how it looks. It looks good. Spoiler alert. So, see ya that tomorrow. Yes, 2 days. I don't know. Yep, jump right into it. Damn near picked the worst time of day to do this. Alright, so we got the old girl on jack stands now, and we're looking through some things here. Probably gonna yank the springs, calipers, shocks off, and then gonna do our control arms here. Now the bottom one should come out. Top ones, I don't think those are gonna come out. So we're gonna go ahead and start spraying everything down now with penetrating fluid. Cross our fingers, and hopefully we'll have this done today. I'm definitely setting aside a few days to get this job done, but you know, start ripping and tearing, get some things out of here. We're gonna add some pucks, unfortunately, for now. And then maybe springs in the future, but just to level it out, that's why we're doing this. So we're gonna add some pucks, and that should level it out. We're gonna do our drop brackets here. That's gonna be fun, and then everything should go perfect without a hitch. No issues at all. Oh. Alright guys, we're taking a little break because it's bloody hot out, but this is the kit we're throwing in. So I'm doing this on kind of a budget, as you can see, with the spacers. So these are some old gems from my old blue Jeep, actually. So that's about 6 years old. And we got us the brackets themselves, the relocation for the upper control arms. I did go ahead and I picked up an extra set of upper control arms because I thought these would seize. Living here in Canada, 9 times out of 10 you gotta cut these bolts out. For some reason today I didn't have to. Oh well. So, we got us rough country upper control arms. Nothing fancy, but I got them for like 40 bucks Canadian, so that's cheap. So that's the difference between the factory stamped steel and the rough country. And we got our spacers, hardware, and the other side. So pretty straightforward kit. We're gonna go ahead and slam these in. I do have to do some drilling, then we're good to go. Alright guys, we made a ton of progress, so everything's torn apart on the passenger side at least. Absolutely everything hanging off. Then we went ahead, we had to drill out our upper control arm bolts. These are going to be 1/2 inch, we have to drill them out to. And we've taken our bracket for the passenger side and we've slapped it in. It's going to be 2 bolts right there. We're going to use those to secure it. Then we put that spacer in, slam the bolt in. And we ran into an issue when we have to bolt this on the inside here. This is a 9/16 bolt, and this about a 1/2 inch hole. So I had to ream this out a bit. Got my cute little Christmas tree bolt bit. What? Got my cute little Christmas tree bit here and had to ream it out. So wrong hole. That's the one. So we should be good to go now. So I am keeping everything pretty loose here. Not that I can show you, but it's coming along. So. Like I said, here in Canada, usually any control arm bolt you're gonna end up having to cut off. We got pretty damn lucky, so finished slapping this together and hopefully we'll have a running and driving Jeep today. Won't get our hopes up, but let's get going. Isn't that just the worst thing you ever seen? Oh, that's a lot of rust. Yeah, I got my work cut out for me this year. Then we got our new bracket in, loosely. You can see how it's a lot lower than the other side here. I'd say roughly, what is that, 4 inches? 4 or 5 inches lower. So that's gonna be that better geometry. So, got the lower control arm loosely bolted in. Gonna go ahead and slam the spring on now. Start throwing this side together. Gonna leave the upper control arms. That was a struggle. Gonna leave those off till the end. And we can just lift off the pumpkin to get our caster set. And get this side mostly together minus the caliper. Hop onto that side. Do the same thing over there. And once we're all set up, once we get on the ground, we can start tightening these down. So getting there pretty quickly. Got a little bit left to do. I'm gonna hop over there. Roughly plus a million out. It's bloody hot. So one side left to do. All right, guys. So next day, and it is hella windy out. Woo! So it's gonna be fantastic for filming purposes. So may have ran into a snag or two. We had to cut off 3 bolts yesterday. The driver's side went beautifully. Not an issue there. Wait, passenger side went beautifully. Driver's side, absolute nightmare. So this is where we're at. We got us our new bolts. These are for the control arms, and then I went and got a track bar bolt too, because why not? So let's get home. I can show you guys how far we are, what we have to do, and hopefully I can drive my Jeep today. So let's get there. Alright, so I'm gonna try and do this quick while it's not a gust of wind. So, lowers are in. Got one upper in because I had one good bolt. I had to cut everything on the other side off. Got my spring, my lame little puck that I'm really not hyped about, I guess. We got most of our control arms in. They aren't tight, they're just bolted in. I did extend my lower ones a turn or two, since it strongly recommends not reusing the shims here. not get the back brace piece, which is lame, so I'll have to order that. Usually it bolts into these 4 bolts here, then you drill a couple holes, tap them, throw them in, so that's down the road. And then the inside, we got our pucks and spacers, so my new Rough Country control arms. I set them up to the other stock length, so we're going to throw these in now. Use the jack to articulate the axle so we can line these up. Get these in, track bar, tie rods, brakes, wheels, done. So, since it's windy, I don't know how much I'll film. So I might just try and throw this all together off camera, but that's next. Then I really need brake lines. I think this is the only XJ Jeep that we have not got extended brake lines for, so my dumbass, I thought that I did already, so if this is not long enough, now that I'm lifting an extra 2 inches, I may have to undo this bolt just to stretch this out and give it a little more, so something I'm gonna have to keep in mind. Kind of disappointing. I'm shocked I don't have braided lines yet, so joke's on me. So we're gonna go ahead and gun this all together, and hopefully Jeep in an hour or 2. That'd be pretty sick. So awesome wind, loving it. Good old Canada. It's plus 30 yesterday, and then the day before it was storming like tornadoes like half an hour south from us, so summer's coming in strong already. So catch you guys when we have an update. I'm out here minding my own business, working on my Jeep. I hear screaming. The perfect hole. Yeah, some woodpecker babies. Oh, they're mad. Time to go. Anyway, so we leave them alone, they'll leave us alone. So I'm now just adjusting my track bar. I got everything bolted together. I think pretty much everything's tightened up, snugged up. All my locking nuts on the control arms. I am now lengthening my track bar. Since I've added about 2 inches, we'll say 1.5 inches, so extend that a bit. I don't know if I said in the last one, but when you straighten these brake lines, you want to be careful, especially on older ones. They are rusty, so they might break. It broke, so that's always good. So we're gonna go ahead and we replace that. That was fun. Bolt that back up. Turns out Comanches, the rear bracket here will not fit, so I guess we won't be doing that. That's done. It's a little windy, so I gotta try and figure out how long that needs to be. I'm trying to find the instructions online, not going well. So once we get that set, slam that together, I now have to bleed my brakes, and then we might be good to go. It's exciting. We're almost there. A couple more things I gotta button up. Catch up to you guys when we have some progress done, and hopefully get my brakes bled today. That adds a bit of time, especially when you're alone. So yeah, let's get to it. All right guys, so we're out here, we're finished up. Just shooting an outro again. Like I said, lost everything from wind, so we're in the middle of this abandoned parking lot, shooting some videos, testing out new equipment. Just doing steering wheel alignments currently, and test driving it, hitting some bumps, hitting some potholes, putting some miles on it, because we do have to tighten some bolts. Uh-oh, the winds are coming. Or someone is cranking out a shit in the apartment next to me, because I just heard the loudest groaning. I hope that comes up on camera. Otherwise, I sound fucking insane. So, drop control arms are in. So far, I love them. Haven't flexed them, because as you saw, brake line situation, not great. So, tip of advice, if you are going to extend the brake line, 1, make sure you have a replacement line. 2, make sure it's not during a pandemic. 3, make sure it's not rusty as hell. 4, don't fucking break your brake line. That's a dampener on things. So, top outside, see how we leveled it up. I have a before and after picture I will put in somewhere if I can figure out how. Turned out pretty good. Not a fan of the pucks, but like I said, we had them kicking around, so let's take a look here. So we got our drop control arms here. Turns out Comanches cannot use that rear brace bracket, so good and a bad thing. So we got our Rusty's lower control arms adjustable Rough Country uppers. Got our brackets in here. They are snugged up, all new hardware since I had to cut most of it out. So you can see the control arms are a lot flatter. Flatter, is that a word? The upper one has a bit of an upwards going to her, so maybe we gotta lift her a little higher. But so far, that's the Jeep. Long box, got a bit of a rake to her. It is dipped down on the driver's side front corner over there somewhere, but it's a lot more level. I'll put up a picture. This thing was a pain in the ass before. Plane's flying over right on. It's the end of the world. So, we used to have tire contacting fender every time I took a turn. Tried to remedy that. It's a little better. We need some spacers, but wheel spacers, but till we get fender flares, we're not gonna touch stance. So, should turn out pretty good. Oh, this thing is beautiful. I love this Jeep. I miss this so much. We have some painting we gotta do, fix some body lines here, but other than that, I'd say it should turn out pretty damn good. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Anyway, that's the Jeep. Control arms, everything's all buttoned up and done. So that's that. Like I said, we're gonna... It's a lot of weird noises. We gotta do some driving, do some buttoning up. It's gonna storm real good, so see you guys in like a week and a half again. Hopefully I have enough footage I can get some filming done, and hopefully I have enough footage I can get some editing done. I can throw out some videos, hopefully make some progress, post something up for you guys to watch, because I'm sure as hell not gonna be able to work in video in the next week, so good thing. So see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.